Don't call me black no more, cause it ain't facts no more. We destroyed mentally, don't whip our backs no more. When I tell that to my people that say I'm hating them folks, and I ain't never burned a cross or hung nobody with rope. They make mockery of us, they say our people are joke. Coming from living in ghettos and we strung out on dope. Question, why do we always take the love of the folks who brought us up? We on boats and get them chains on our throats, huh? Making tumults, got us working in fields instead of picking cotton, being plants and meals. They got us running up and down on this football field. But you better not protest, cause you in slavery still. You can put your hands up and you can still get killed. Niggas look for me and try to hit retire with me.
Keep, not man, but my Sabbath.
For it is a sign between me and you.
It is a sign. It's an agreement. It's a contract. We made a covenant with the Most High God. Read.
Throughout your generations.
Hello.
Throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord, that do sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath, therefore it is holy unto you. Every one that defileth shall surely be put to death.
Now, we got grace, but God's telling you, anybody that foul breaking Sabbath is going to get put to death when Christ returns. Read.
For whosoever do any work therein, their soul shall be cut off from among his people. 6 days may work be done.
Now it's going back in to 6 days. We got 60 days to do whatever we want to do to make the money, cook, clean, read.
But the seventh is the Sabbath.
But the what?
But the seventh is the Sabbath of rest.
Saturday, we get the word Sabbath though. It's a 7 day. Read.
Holy to the Lord.
It's what?
Holy to the Lord.
Just like we're special people, this day is special to the Most High God. Read.
Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death. Wherefore the children of Israel shall shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations, for a perpetual covenant.
For how long?
For a perpetual covenant.
What does the word perpetual mean? What does perpetual mean? It's what? Forever. It's ongoing. It's never stopping. We always going to keep the commandments, even in the kingdom of heaven. So never let nobody tell you you can choose ongoing, forever, throughout our generations. As long as we have kids, we going to still keep the Sabbath days, even in the kingdom of heaven. Read.
It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. Forever.
Forever. So it's important. Give me Luke 4:16. Hey, we say we Christians, we supposed to follow out the Christ, right? Let me show you what Christ did. Christ never kept the Sunday Sabbath. Okay. You work on the Saturdays, okay. It's a 7 day. You're not supposed to work, but what you can do, because we in the land of captivity, what you can do, yeah, try to go to your boss, go to your supervisor and ask, hey, let me get Saturday off, because I believe in keeping the Sabbath as the Bible said. But if you can't do it, hey, keep your job, because it's a commandment, until you can find another job that you can honor the Lord's day. Because it took me 8 months to actually take off from Sabbath. All right, read that.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4 and verse 16. And he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up.
So this is Jesus, all right? This is Christ, read.
And as his custom was,
as his custom, his tradition, he always did this, read.
He went unto the synagogue on the Sabbath day.
When?
On the Sabbath day.
On the Sabbath day. Christ kept the Sabbath. Paul, Peter, all kept the Sabbath day. It never was Sunday worship that we got from the so-called white man. We got that, we learned their tradition of slavery. Now I heard you asking the brother about some of the feast days, right? Give me Luke 22 and 1. I'm going to show you one feast day that's in the New Testament. I'm going to show you actually two. Alright, that we got to keep. Right now, the day is like the Feast of Dedication. Another word for Feast of Dedication is Hanukkah. The Jewish man keep that. They keeping our customs, we not keeping it. Give me Luke 22 and 1.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 22 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Now, the feast of unleavened bread draw nigh, which is called the Passover.
Passover. He read that in Leviticus 23 about the Passover, right? So even the New Testament, he was still keeping the feast of Passover. Christ kept that, read.
Unleavened bread draw nigh, which is called the Passover. And the chief priests and the scribes sought how they might kill him, for they feared the people.
So it's showing you Christ even kept the Passover. Right. So we're showing you in the Old Testament and the New Testament, Christ always kept the Passover. He kept another holiday called Feast of Pentecost. Have you ever heard of that? Pentecost. They got a religion called Pentecostal Church. Yeah. They got that from our feast days. Yeah. But that's garbage. That's fake, man-made, speaking of tongues out there. It's garbage. I'm going to show you about the Feast of Pentecost, which they made a man-made religion called Pentecostal Church off of. Acts 2 and verse 1.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 2 and verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come.
So this is the Feast of Pentecost taught in the book of Leviticus chapter 23. Read.
They were all in one accord, in one place. And suddenly there came a sound from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind. And it filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them clothed in tongue like as unto fire.
Jump down to verse 5.
Verse 5. And there were dwelling in Jerusalem.
So in Jerusalem, there was a Feast of Pentecost was kept. Read. Jews kept the Feast of Pentecost. Christ always kept the Feast of Pentecost. Read.
Devout men out of every nation
because out of every nation under heaven, no matter where we was at, we always came back to Jerusalem and kept our feast as the commandment said. Read.
Under heaven. Now, when this was noise abroad, the multitude came together and were confused. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 26 and verse 13. Verse 17. Now, the first day of the feast of unleavened bread, the disciples came to Jesus, saying unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare for thee to eat the Passover?
The what?
The Passover.
So even the disciples kept that with Christ. So why we don't know this in the Christian churches? Ezekiel 22 and 26. Why we don't know this in these so-called Christian churches? They ain't real. They keep Easter, Christmas, all that. God actually commanded us not to keep Christmas in the book of Jeremiah. Did you know that? I'm going to bring that out too. Give me Ezekiel 22 and 26.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 22 and verse 26.
Bring it out.
Her priests have violated my law.
Another word for priest is a preacher, a pastor. Right. They have violated God's laws. They say you keep the Sabbath on Sunday, the first day of the week, when the Bible says Saturday, the last day of the week. Read.
And have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and the profane.
Hey, they said they ain't put no difference between the holy, which is the laws, the feast days, and the profane. Even the dietary law. They don't put no difference between the unclean and the clean beast. Read.
Neither have they showed a difference between the unclean and the clean, and have hid their eyes from my Sabbath.
Where these pastors did?
Hid their eyes from my Sabbath.
They hid their eyes from his Sabbath. When is the Sabbath again? Saturday. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. It's based on the sundown. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the Sabbath. So they hid their Sabbath. And another Sabbath is the feast days of the Lord. Those also are Sabbath. So they hid his Sabbath and say, hey, we're going to keep Thanksgiving. We're going to keep Christmas. Yes. Read. But on Saturday, read.
And I am profaned among them. Her priests in the midst thereof are like wolves, ravening the prey, to shed blood and to destroy souls, to get dishonest gain.
And they getting dishonest gains. They teaching you tithes. When they say the law's done away with, but they still teaching tithes. And the laws of tithe was done away with Christ, right? Because he's a new high priest. Give me Jeremiah 10. Jeremiah 10 and 1, I'm going to let you come back up. Jeremiah 10 and 1. I'm going to show you what God said about so-called Christmas. Read.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
Hear ye the word which the Lord spake unto you, O house of Israel.
Oh, who?
O house of Israel. Thus say the Lord, learn not the ways of the heathen.
God said don't learn the ways of those other nations. Don't learn what they taught you. Don't keep Christmas, Easter, and all that. They taught our people that during slavery.
And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. For the heathens are dismayed at them. For the custom of the people are vain.
For the custom of those people, they are lies. They lies. Christmas is a lie.
Right.
Easter is a lie.
Right.
New Year's is a lie because according to the Bible, New Year's is the month of a bill found in the springtime. Read.
For one cutted a tree out of the forest.
Now listen up. Listen close. He said one cutted a tree out of the forest. Alright, so today we ain't gotta cut no trees down at the forest. Now we got box up trees and they bring them to the stores, right? Read. And they sell them. We're gonna tell you what they do with these trees too. Read.
The work of the hand of the workmen with a axe. They deck it with silver and gold.
Now this is a very ancient Babylonian custom. They deck it with silver and gold, meaning decorated with silver and gold. Don't that sound like a Christmas tree to you? Yeah. They decorate silver and gold. Silver bells and all that. Read.
They fasten it with nails and with hammers, that they move not.
Now you don't need that. Now you got a tree stand. Read.
They are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must need be born, because they cannot go.
They gotta be carried. Born means they gotta be carried. Read.
Be not afraid of them.
He says don't be afraid of them because it was a myth that Nimrod, Tammuz came back, his spirit came back. If you ain't put a present on a tree like we're doing today, that his spirit will come back and take your soul. It's all mythology, all Babylonian mythology. So the so-called white man made it to Greek mythology. They pass it down to us today. So God said don't keep that wicked holiday they call Christmas. It's nothing holy about that day. God showed you what the holidays was in the book of Leviticus 23.
Right.
So, all right, read.
For they cannot do evil, neither also it is in them to do good. For as much as there is none like unto thee, O Lord, thou art great.
So he said that can't you do no good or evil. That ain't nothing but a tree.
Right.
So it's crazy we keeping Christmas. Teaching our kids lies when the Bible say don't make no manner of lies. We teaching our people Jewish fables. So God said don't do that. If you want the kingdom of heaven, we gotta humble ourselves down, repent, and keep the God's commandments. Right. Now, give me Sirach 5 and 7, the last scripture. Because you got a very humble spirit. You been here, right? So you been here for all day long. So the officer already read verse 72 and 3. Actually the way with God. You say you're gonna repent, keep God's commandments, guess what? You gotta do that. Right. And if you make the Most High God, you gotta do that. Sirach 5 and verse 5. Verse 7.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7.
Bring it up.
Make no tarrying to
Don't waste no time to turn it to him. Right. Don't waste no time coming back to these laws. Read.
Right. And put not off from day to day.
Don't say I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I might do it next week. No, do it right now. Do it today. Read.
For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance.
Because take out any time. You might get hit by a car. You think, well, I've been doing all this time, ain't nothing happened yet. But guess what? Once you find out, you're a marked man. You're a marked man now.
That's right.
Now you gotta choose a life or death today. It's up to you, brother. And I hope that we start sending you into school. Because not only do we have the 7 days, we got the new moons. That's also a feast day of the Lord. We just had that Thursday, night before. That's another holy day of the God that we gotta keep, alright? So we hope you see it at the school, bro. Keep learning, man. Keep learning. Remember, no buying and selling on the Sabbath day.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission. Minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.